Hey Mortal Gamers, we're back. Today we're taking a look at the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. This comes at you for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Might be in some other places that I'm not aware of, but these are the ones currently. So how's it stack up? Let's find out. If you're not familiar with Mortal Kombat, you should be. This is one of the more widespread games in history. It has been at release on 7 different platforms for Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 2 has reached 12 different platforms, at least that I'm aware of. And so Mortal Kombat's fairly widespread, but the more notable reason for Mortal Kombat is this was the first game to really attract parent group attention. The game offers fatalities, which fatalities essentially are you killing your opponent. And parents were in an uproar back in the 90s about how the games were corrupting their kids and how they needed someone, a government entity, to do something about it. So Mortal Kombat has definitely made its mark in history. Now enter in the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, which this is a collection of the first Mortal Kombat games, the first 3 to be precise. And so what we have here is Mortal Kombat 1, which, as you're looking at this is old. This is decrepit. This is the Mortal Kombat that we grew up on, because there was nothing better at the time. They digitized humans, put them in the system, and said, hey, now we got a fighting game. Now we got something we can do. Okay guys, yeah, sure. This one is hard to play even to today's standards. The game is more nostalgia than it is anything. But then enter Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 2, according to many people, was actually the highlight of the original trilogy. Mortal Kombat 2 was an enhanced gameplay where now everyone's got multiple finishing moves. It's not just 2 fatalities, but they added the babalities and friendships. Friendships is we're making friends. Babalities is I'm going to turn you into an infant. Yeah, it was humiliating. It means that your opponent had to beat you with a handicap in order to get that particular finishing move. So it was kind of frustrating when you'd all of a sudden be turned into an infant and babality. Yeah, that was kind of frustrating in arcades, although I'm very guilty of loving to do that to people. That really ticked me off. And rounding out the collection is Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which is a crust above Mortal Kombat 3 because it includes Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Mileena, Katana, a few other characters that didn't make the original cut. Cool, right? No, sorry. Mortal Kombat 3 takes everything that Mortal Kombat 2 had that was just beautiful and destroys it by making it a hardcore game. Now, in order to win, you have to memorize combos. And the combos are like high punch, low kick, low punch. Low kick, high kick, back and high kick. If you want to pull off a 6 or 7 hit combo that will do 30 to 40% damage to your opponent. And if you can land these, great, awesome. But the memorization means that when you're playing against someone else in the arcade who just knows how to whip them out and annihilate you, you're pretty much screwed. Versus Mortal Kombat 2 is a little slower paced. Mortal Kombat 9, which is the 2011 one, took the combo system and reduced it and really made it more freeform. So Mortal Kombat 3 was a step towards what we have now, but it really was a very poor step towards it. The Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection is not a bad title. I mean, from a gamer standpoint, you're getting 3 games that really defined a series. And for $10, that's like $3.33 each. And if you're going to play online, the game really does lack because online, most people want to play just Mortal Kombat 3, probably because it can dominate, and if you're a noob, it is harder to play Mortal Kombat 3. But if you're playing Mortal Kombat 2 or 1, hey, play them offline with friends. They're still restored in arcade perfection. And I'll be tackling these games individually at a later point in time, but let me just end by saying, if you are a fan of Mortal Kombat, which at this point is a very old, archaic game, and still MK2 holds its own, yeah, this would definitely be something you would want to pick up. Obviously, from a moral standpoint, you know what I'm going to say. This is Mortal Kombat. If you've heard of it before, you know it involves killing, it involves fatalities, it involves all sorts of decimation. While you can turn the blood and gore off, it still has the martial arts violence, it still has the killing options, and so, as a parent, this would be one that you might want to keep away from your kids. The sorcery and the other stuff that's in the stories and the backlogs, that could also be offensive. So, realistically, Mortal Kombat, the game that started a lot of the controversy of whether games are okay or not, really is not a moral game to be playing.
Finisher. Mileena wins. Friendship. Friendship?